Hello and welcome to my channel, Watch Natalie. You have entered Arteagan Daily Bread, your spiritual board meeting. If you are here for the United States of America presidential election 2020 prediction, go ahead and click the timestamp in the description box below. It'll zoom you right to it. For everyone else, welcome. I am your Madam President, Natalee of the Arteagan, spelled N-A-T-A-L-E-E. Feel free to stay for all of these psychic, tarot, and astrology reports. Feel free to skip ahead as you are guided. I hereby officially call this meeting to order. President's Report. My loves, I've been guided today to do this really deep digging work into our current United States president, as well as the election, and to poke around. And this is exactly what I teach my acolytes, is to go with that flow, go with your own flow. And lo and behold, I have uncovered some very interesting information. Okay, so that's what I'm most excited. That's really what it is. So let's go ahead and zoom into the astrology report. We'll replace what I normally talk about with this presidential political prediction. I've never made one like this before, so I'm very, very excited. So astrologically speaking, I wait for 3 significators. I wait for 3 yeses before I even say anything, before I even speak on something. I've got 5 to support what I'm about to say. It's okay in advance if you just immediately click out of this this little prediction here. The winner of the 2020 presidential election, the next American U.S. president, is going to be Donald Trump. The biggest reason for this, the biggest evidence I have to support that prediction, is an extremely interesting synchronicity that I came upon this information, by the way. I was just telling someone who is celebrating the birth of life that, oh my goodness, this child born on an eclipse. I'm recording this Thursday, June 25th, 2020 at about 4:03 p.m. Pacific time. So I was telling her, oh, this child could be a great leader. This baby could be also born during the last of an empire, the last, for example, Cleopatra was born on an eclipse, and she was the last ruler before it no longer, okay? So there's that. Okay, so yes, Donald Trump was born on an eclipse. A lunar eclipse. Stay with me here. If you're really interested and curious, just stay with me. Stay with me here, okay? Yes, he was born on a lunar eclipse. So was William. This little tidbit. Donald Trump's North Node. This June 21st eclipse in 0 degrees of Cancer, there with the moon and the North Node at 29 degrees Gemini, conjuncted Donald Trump's Sun and North Node in 29 degrees Gemini. That means that over the coming 6 months to a year, this is his destiny. This is his fate. This is his karma. Let me put it that way. This is his karma. This will all be very karmic for him. Okay? That's number 1. That we have this June 21st eclipse that gave us this clue. Okay? Remarkable. Okay. Number 2. The June 21st eclipse with that 25-degree Capricorn retrograding energy was opposing his Saturn at 23 degrees Cancer and Venus at 25 degrees Cancer. He's born with a natal Jupiter retrograde, 17 degrees of Libra. Now, what that means, well, I'm translating it now, is that it's another very strengthening aspect for him. He's born on a Jupiter retrograde. So that means when Jupiter retrogrades whenever in the sky, it's good for him. He can benefit. The same is true if you're born with a Jupiter retrograde, or if you're born with a Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Mars retrograde. That energy is part of your creation. So you are automatically going to have a better time of it. So others can be working at a disadvantage while you can scoot ahead. Now let's look at the election day. Election day transits. Guess where the moon's going to, guess where the nodes are going to be? The nodes signify your destiny, your karma, your soul's purpose. You guessed it. The moon north node is going to be at 21 and 20 degrees Gemini respectively. They will return exactly to his natal nodal placement. It activates his eclipse energy extremely strongly. It's right there. It's right there. Anyone looking at this information is going to go, oh, okay. So it's not that, I'm just telling you guys, it's uncanny. It's uncanny looking at this, especially with degrees and how specific this is. On election day 2020 this year, this person is having their nodal return exactly. Exactly. His north node is at 20 degrees Gemini. Now, I did look at Joe Biden's natal chart. We do have it, and I looked at his transits for election day. It wasn't popping. It wasn't popping. Not like this. Nothing near as significant, and it's right here. Okay. Number 4. I was going to do 10, but I stopped at 5. I said to myself, you know, okay. Number 4, Mars and Aries. Mars is only supposed to be in a sign for maybe 6 weeks or so. Mars is going retrograde. Mars will be not in Aries for 6 weeks. Mars will be in Aries for 6 months. It works to Donald Trump's benefit. Mars is very, very strong in this person's chart. It's also how he affects the United States of America is through his Mars. Mars is in Aries for 6 months. It will oppose his natal Jupiter retrograde. Again, working to his benefit. His Mars and this is his chart, by the way. This is Donald Trump's chart for anyone that wants to take a peek. I do all of my chart printing and chart work through astro.com, Astrodienst. I love it forever. Those are all his gooey secrets for anyone that knows how to read them. His Mars is unchallenged in his chart. It is totally, it trines his moon, it sextiles his sun, it conjuncts his ascendant, and then it doesn't make any connection to anything else. It's just like, and it's right there on his ascendant. You get that energy from him, very confident, very macho, very, well, we know already. Okay, so number 5. This is the last one. This is the last one for anyone who's having a difficult moment, like right now. Saturn and Jupiter on election day, right, will oppose his Saturn and Venus very strongly. It's weird. His Saturn, first of all, his Saturn is in its detriment in Cancer, and his Venus is in Cancer. I know that sounds strange. but the where Jupiter and Saturn will be on election day is basically sending power and authority and strength and a lot of it to him, to his natural little source, his little headquarters, his little energetic matrices. You know, his energetic matrix of energies is just like like I don't know what, imagine something. So that's just 5 major things that I just, okay, there's, I have weeklies to do for my Patreon, but if I kept going down this rabbit hole, I know there would be so much more. Now, what does that mean for America? Really quickly, what, this is the chart of our beautiful country, our beautiful, gorgeous country. What does that mean for us? I could do a whole other part about how he affects the United States, like energy by energy, and get very, very specific. Overall, what I'm going to tell you is that he is going to bring a lot of damage and a lot of pain to the country, to the ideals of the country that it stands for, and to the people of the country. He may do so much that he actually breaks it, that he actually splits it in half. He could be the last U.S. president before another civil war. He could affect this nation so profoundly damaging that we will not recognize this country in a few years. I do believe this is his karma, and I do believe it is the karma of the people of this country to exercise this energy from our soul. Another thing that prompted me to do this is an old blog post I wrote in 2018 on my other website, NatalieArteaga.com. And I sort of compare the abusive relationship that I had come out of and was healing from with America's connection and relationship to Donald Trump. So I'm going to put that at the end of this video for anyone that wants to take a look and read. I'll link it also below. Hey guys, it's me again. I forgot to say this initially, so I'm coming back and inserting this insert. So when someone's born on an eclipse, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, they live in the energy of the time. So when I was talking to my friend about this baby being born right now, I did caution, even though it's a little bit dark, I felt it was just better to be helpful and said to be very careful that while this child could have a greatness in them and be very confident and motivated to put themselves on the line for causes that they believe in and follow their convictions, to be careful that they don't veer into becoming a martyr, because there was some energy that showed that indication. And Donald Trump was born on his eclipse June of 1946. So think about the energy that he's bringing in, okay? I could go on more, but that was just the last thing that I wanted to say, is that whatever's going on, whatever that eclipse is changing and transforming, that child will have that signature, that energy signature. So if it is a heavy sacrificial signature, that's something to note. If it's a heavy martial, warlike signature, that's important to note. That's where I leave you. If you are interested, or if you would like to see me do a longer talk about this or anything else, any other predictions, let me know in the comments below. Or like I said, if you'd like a separate video on just America even, or anything, just let me know and I will love to take a look. That concludes your astrology report. Psychic report. My loves, my beautiful, beautiful little loves. You are so special, and so, you don't even understand how special you are yet. That's a big thing to say, but I really do believe that. In part because of everything I just said, yes. However, also in part because it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Every light counts. Every photon, every positive photon counts. And I'm not sure why I'm channeling this energy today, but let's see what the tarot has to say. This could be over the next 6 months. This could be about the election. This could be, I could still be channeling you getting over a really bad breakup. We don't know yet. I don't know. Tarot report has begun. Okay. 8 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Staves. This is very balanced energy as far as like element wise. We have earth, air, and fire. I feel even a little bit of water there. I feel like I feel like you're feeling great. I feel like you are feeling maybe even better than ever. You could have actually just broken up with someone, or left a bad job, or left an icky situation, because I see you or someone you're connecting to working really hard and focusing on building stability for yourself, or even just better conditions for yourself. If you're already stable, you're improving your life meaningfully in meaningful ways. And it's like, it's not a distraction. It's what you're focusing on. You're focusing on when things are going to be calm and clear and peaceful, an easy time. But it's not far behind you. That roiling water, it's not too far behind you. You're moving on from it though. And careful not to burn yourself out. Careful not to burn yourself out. But otherwise, I very much like this energy for you. Ugh. You're wanting to burn yourself out because you like the results, and you know that this is going to be a long-term beneficial investment for you. You are good at like keeping your eye on the prize. That's like you play the long game. You can really grit through mundanity, tedium, boredom, what you've got to get through to get what you want in the end. You really know how to persevere and to follow through. You got off your track a little bit, and we all do. Forgive yourself for that. That's okay. That's why we have eclipses, to come and us back on track. That's why we have nodal returns. That's why we have, things in astrology to help us get back to good. Ooh. Do you hear that? We have these 4 cards. We have the King of Staves, the Page of Staves, the High Priestess, and Hermit energy here. This is extremely esoteric, arcane, clandestine, or clandestine. I don't know how to say it. That's the trouble with people that read and don't speak. This is a very secret, private conversation. I don't know what that's about. We'll get into it. We'll clarify it. But there's something very, it's either within yourself, or it's like talking behind closed doors with someone powerful. Someone could even be consulting a psychic or an astrologer. I forgot to say that in the astrology report. I might do an insert later. Let's keep going to keep it organized. Okay. Someone could be consulting with like secret, this person actually, there could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Does not have to be Sun, Moon, Rising, does not have to be, but it could be someone very energized and very determined to seek help behind closed doors. Doesn't have to be a psychic or an astrologer, but it's extremely secret at the very least. At the very least, it's very, very, very secret. But some, it will be that you are seeking someone, or someone around you is seeking someone for information. Five of Swords. This is looking competitive. Getting competition, especially seeking someone for help. It's like you could want to get a competitive advantage. So you go to a psychic or you go to an astrologer or something. What is that? It's 3 cards. What is it? 10 of Swords, the 5 of Staves, and the Page of Cups. This is exhaustive fighting. This feels very cyclical to me. Like you fight, then there's an apology. Then you fight, then there's an apology. Then someone fights, someone's apologizing. It's like, and it's really petty. This could even, and someone's done. Someone's really tapped out. So this could even be like wearing someone down to take out the competition, or wearing someone down to get them to whatever. This is weird energy, man. This could be having something to do with 6 months from now or over time. Okay, let's start clarifying. Let's use, okay, let's start over here with the 8 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Staves. This moving on. Ooh, okay. Interesting. 6 of Cups with the 4 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. 3 more cards. You took some time before leaving a situation or a person because you had a really beautiful history with them. Either they were like a childhood friend, or it's the good memories, it's the nostalgia, it's when things were really great between you both, and wanting that to be what survives, wanting that to be what can move forward and grow and evolve and change, not you alone. It's not how you wanted it. You didn't want it that way. That's what the regret is. Didn't quite want it that way, but you had to heal. You healed from, this could be a very toxic relationship. If that's what this is, like this back and forth between you two, just tapped you out. You had to get away from it and heal from it to probably even be able to move on. That's probably why you're also very much focusing on your own assets, your own home and stability, and your own work. It could even be your own livelihood. You could even be learning a new skill at home, learning, I don't know, making your own stuff and selling it on Etsy, or I don't know, learning, going to school, going to college on collegecourses.com. Okay, let's take a look at the 10 of Pentacles. What? Another 6 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. That's so bizarre. Wow. Wow. That's really synchronistic for someone. The way I read tarot cards, when I get doubles, I connect and thread the energy. So now this is all really read together, and watch this. So I mean, this really affirms what I said before. You are moving on, working so hard to add value to yourself, add value to your life. Like I said, you're either learning something new, or you could even be perfecting a craft. You could even be getting better and better and better at something, because you know where the value really is, you know where it lies, you know how to... It's like you're keeping yourself busy doing something all day, every day. Maybe not that hard. Maybe if you're a Capricorn, take a break. But you're working on something, you're focusing. This is about focus and detailed work, detail-oriented work. That's where your focus is. To number one, yes, actually distract you from having to walk away from something that you very much cherished. I mean, you loved it. This person, you loved them. Not it. And you're keeping your head down, working, staying busy, distracting yourself, knowing that it's not like you're playing video games in your phone. You're doing this knowing that you're going to have, out of this grief-inspired work period, that you're going to actually have long-term material, financial abundance and security and longevity. It's building like enough wealth to pass on to the next generation. Okay, let's take a look at this over here. This King of Wands, Page of Wands, High Priestess, and the Hermit. Tell us why this is here, please. Oh, wow. We have the Devil, the Judgment. I'm going to take it. And the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is a priority. This is needing to prioritize what is going to be your master here. Let's say you do go to a psychic. Let's say you do go to an astrologer. Let's say you get the information that you need to make a very important decision moving forward. This could also be someone else. This is like Page of Swords elevated to the fifth power. Once you have the information, you are now challenged to make a decision that is based in integrity. It's the right thing to do. What's the right thing to do here? What honors your soul? What is the truth? What is morally, ethically correct? This is also Judgment Day energy. This is also karma you kind of cannot escape from. This could also be you breaking the chains and finally setting yourself free of something. This could even be like you go and do a past life regression session and you you heal some karma from your past lives. This could even be an extremely, doesn't have to be prophetic dreams, but dreams that you energetically work through some karma or some issues. This could also be power, looking for power, looking for more power. Let's take a look at the Five of Swords. It wants to be taken. What is it? Dang. I feel like this is this person. I feel like it's whatever you're walking like away from. This is an extremely... This is a very dangerous person. They're dangerous because this underhanded ruthlessness, this is about someone who plays a game with these two friends and is so like stepping on their feet and elbowing and so competitive and so ruthless and petty and mean. This could even be narcissistic, gaslighting, lying to you, making you doubt your own memory, arguing your feelings, attacking you when you try to defend yourself, victimizing them. Down the list. And he loses the two friendships. winning that stupid, petty fight, that game. That way of being, this person doesn't see any other way to be. They're totally, these two cards, it's like they gaslight themselves. It's like they tell themselves that it's like the programming just keeps them on track. Where their programming, it just runs itself. And so that Eight of Swords, they're never going to break out of this. No way. That's their world, their space. Eat or be eaten. Let's take a look over here. The Page of Cups, the Five of Staves, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, if this is someone that you're personally dealing with, they are all manipulation. There was never, this could definitely be like a clinical narcissist or a clinical, someone with that would or has been or will be actually diagnosed with some sort of personality disorder, or at the very least extremely manipulative and with no agenda of ever changing. Everything is a manipulation. Everything is to control. Everything is about their power. Specifically their power over you. Even what you believed was nostalgia and a beautiful time, it was never real. It was never real. It was them trying to win. This is a person that cannot really feel emotions, be in another relationship with someone else. They're only in a relationship with their own mind, and their mind is really toxic. It's beyond when I say they can't love you, they can't see past their own ego. They're only in a relationship with their ego. They're not in relationships with other people. It's that to the 10th power, where they don't want to connect with you. They never wanted to love you. They never wanted you to love them. They don't believe you when you say you love them. They don't believe anyone when anyone ever says they love anyone else ever. They don't buy that. Like if you're selling pop, they don't buy that idea. They don't buy that notion. They think everyone's faking it. They just wanted to rule you. There was something about you that was a conquest to them. You added to their power, or their sense of power, or something in some way. You had some sort of, you could have just been a source. Like if this is a real narcissist, you could have just been a supply. If you Q-aura narcissistic behavior, it's another internet wormhole to go down someday. Let's take a look at the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Staves, and the Page of Cups. I feel like this is them wearing you down, to be honest. Dang. Chariot. To clarify, the 10 of Swords, Page of Cups, 5 of Staves. This is brutal. This is a brutal way to be victorious. Yeah, they wore you down. They wore you down, exhausted you, knocked you down till you felt absolutely DEAD. And that's how they won. And that's what makes them feel good. That's gross. Look at what makes them feel so victorious. It's a way that they just like all of your energy out of you. Okay, well, this is, honestly, if this resonates with any of you, you could be in any stage of this. You could still be in this HE double hockey sticks with this person, trying to like break yourself free of this, knowing that you need to, that you want to, that you will, but you can't, not just yet, or that you will soon, whatever that is. You could be in the middle of breaking it off, breaking away right now, and kind of going back and forth with them, because it's not going to be a clean break with a person like this. They're not going to let you go like that. They're going to leave you, for some, near dead. And then others of you, you could just be coming out of this where you haven't spoken to them in a while, where you really went gray rock. Ku aura that too, or Ikoja, gray rock, going gray rock, which is the only way to deal with like anything, is to go gray rock, especially with a narcissist. And you're more keeping your nose to the grindstone and building, improving yourself. But the furthest that you are in this sequence is nose to the grindstone. So if you're there, take breaks, take really good care of yourself. Don't forget to heal and nurture, all of that, okay? Let's go ahead and get Oracle for you guys. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see it. Okay. Transformation, the source of insecurity is your greatest strength. Whatever it was that they were able to really get you with, whatever your trigger was, whatever your insecurity was, whatever your Achilles heel was, whatever it was that they found in you to take you down. Because that's how it works with someone like this. They appear to be like a little puppy, apologizing. And this whole getting to know you, it was never about loving you or getting to know you. It was about fishing for those insecurities to exploit. To control you. You're transforming out of this energy that you are attracting this or entangling with this or interacting with this. You're transforming into a whole. You're taking, it's like you really fell in love with someone who wanted to take you down, and you were being tested to fight for your life and to fight for your right to exist and to fight for your value, your self-value. And this is how it had to happen. In order to turn this great insecurity into your greatest strength. Okay? Hard road. Very hard road you picked for this one. I'm going to take it. Bottom of the deck, energy for the magician. Apply your talents. You're moving on, you're building your future, you're building your, and did you see that wealth underneath? I was just about to say that. And Eden under that, Empress energy. I'm taking all of this because they're all gold and yellow, and it's exactly what you're doing. You're manifesting your own wealth, you're manifesting your value, and because you are changing how you value yourself through this, Hershamagas, it's translating into pentacles. And you just go with your flow. You really just go with your guidance, whatever you're being guided to get into, learn about, celebrate, explore, what have you. Go with it. Go with it. Okay, Divine Feather. Honestly, you guys, this was basically my energy in 2018. All right, I'll take it. It didn't pop out, but it made a very cracking noise. Goose, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. This is what I was going. I was coming out of a psycho relationship. And it's interesting because I wrote that blog post, I saw the future of America, and I became obsessed with saving the world. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. Okay, fine. Bluebird at the bottom of the deck. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Boom. It's there. Wherever you are in this journey, it's the blessings and the peace and happiness. It's all there. You just can't see it. Because they're reflecting parts of you that you are stuck in, that you're trying to break out of. Remember, they're a catalyst for your transformation. You're using them to transform yourself. Just like America is using Donald Trump to transform herself. Moonology, please. Which is why he's going to be, as per my prediction, reelected. Whoa. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer energy. Just gonna, boom. Make sure, I just want to make sure that I like to keep everything straight. Okay. So this is a personal issue for you, obviously, and it reaches resolution, obviously. So like I said, no matter where you are going to be okay. You're going to come out of this. Thank you. Okay, she's giving me more about this over here. Okay, this is firing off a lot about how you got here. How did you get here? That's what it was for me. And with this, she's telling me that it's you discovering this. It's almost like your own misguided sense of masculinity in yourself and in others. We don't do gender here, okay? So everyone channels masculine energy. Everyone channels feminine energy. There's karma. There's so much karma with masculine energy. And yes, it is, we can talk about the fall of the patriarchy and all that jazz, but it's not, I don't say that. I'm not going to keep saying the fall. It's not meant, I don't mean it the way it sounds completely. What I mean by this is that masculine energies are being re-examined and reformed and redesigned. But we've got to come up against what we've built so far. May I speak, birds? And this is going deep within that psyche, your own father issues, your own authority issues, your own mother issues, and breaking your own chains from that. And that's how you get released from this current situation. Because if you don't go to that root, if you don't do the root canal, get all that pulp of toxins out, forget about it. It's going to get reinfected again. As I eat my marshmallows. For Love Oracle, we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Oh, be careful. That's exactly what they are counting on. This could also be they get you to, part of this up and down is what this really is when they're doing this, when they're picking fights with you and making up with you, and then there's more and more. That's always like that cyclical energy going back and forth. It's to trauma bond you, where that becomes like the main method you guys relate. It's also for you to prove to them that you are still hungry and committed to this relationship. It's to show them that you are still reinvesting into this relationship. I still got them on my hook. So whenever you want to think back to what you think are honeymoon memories, it's a fallacy. It's an illusion. I'm going to link you to my blog post at the end of this, so then you'll okay? Okay, my loves. that concludes the tarot report. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Moving on into old business. I'm going to post the updates that I explained yesterday's video, and that's on the Patreon, so that you guys basically know and understand. Essentially, I'm not taking any new bookings for Q from now until July 15th, except, wait, now until July 15th for Q. That's correct, except for rushes. So if you need something like immediately, you can still book on the website and add your rush, and you will get it within that 24-hour turnaround. But to be on queue, no. Not yet. I need to catch up with like a lot of the stuff already. So patrons need their readings, so that's going out and happening first. What else is there? For July, I'm changing the Patreon structure for the tiers just for July to kind of give me more room to complete work and then stuff like this with this interesting energy here. So you'll see everything else in the bullet points at the very end. New business. July is going to be a little bit of a lighter month so that I can basically catch up, but I'm still going to put out special guided messages, special channeled messages, and stuff like this, but dedicated videos on Patreon, and then if there's time, if there's room, and if I'm guided to, then YouTube as well. And is there anything else? Is there anything else? I can't think of anything. Oh, that's right. I'm going to film that as an insert. Never mind. Okay. I love you guys forever and ever and always. Until tomorrow. Oh, this is the weekend. This is the weekend bread. Okay, so until Monday, take very good care of yourself, my love. Be very gentle, kind, heal, splurge on, something really good for yourself, like lots of water, and have a really good attitude about water and whatever it is that is really healthy. Especially if this reading resonates with you, the tarot reading, definitely treat yourself like an empress, and really, because you're building it, you're building it up. Look at all this gold. I mean, it's just beautiful. You have Eden. This is Empress energy, abundance, safety, Empress energy, and wealth. Claim it, it's yours. So it was a confidence issue. See, I'm sorry. I tried to not go back into the tarot report. It's a confidence issue that you had to take a look at. Why don't I have confidence? Why did I let someone hurt me like this? Oh, it's because... But you're building that up. You're building up your value, your self-value, and your confidence, and you're making your life. So I love you all forever and ever and always. Have a beautiful weekend, and until Monday, my loves, many, many blessings upon your heads. Mwah, darlings.